How's it going, everybody? Kingslayer3 here. So, I never thought that I would have to make another video calling out a former colleague of mine, or at least someone that I used to somewhat loosely associate with, but it seems as if it's happening twice this year, and it's none other than RoadBreach of all people. And honestly, this is just exhausting. I'm basically recording this like shortly after the live stream that I just had, where Nier pretty much cleared everything up and explained the entire situation, which of course will be happening later. So you're probably wondering to yourself, well, what exactly is going on? What did RoadBreach actually do that warranted you even making a video? After all, you literally defended the guy last year from a bunch of morons that were trying to label him as some sort of like, you know, child-loving weirdo or something along those lines. And while I still disagree with a lot of those dumbass claims that people like Scythe like to try and spread around, it seems as if, well, RoadBreach finds it a good idea to try and stoop to the same exact level as Scythe in terms of, well, retaliation. And that is, of course, doxing. For those of you who weren't around for the whole Scythe schism from last year, it basically involved this one low-life commentary channel who is basically barely comprehensible, made a bunch of different videos trying to call RoadBreach a predator or pedophile or something like that just because he made a light jab at like some of his editing style, which honestly was just a whole bunch of just flashing lights and seizure-inducing garbage. And of course it ended up resulting in about like a couple-month-long beef between Scythe and like a bunch of other commentary channels, which because of the Scythe situation, I ended up becoming friends with those said commentary channels. And one of the things that Scythe attempted to do was to attempt to not just dox RoadBreach, but also dox another former commentary channel that goes by the name of Krillix, and to a lesser extent also tried to scare me into silence by trying to make me think that, well, he knew where I lived because my location on Twitter was Hyperia, and he genuinely thought that I lived in fucking Hyperia. Funnily enough, no I don't, and that was also how I found out that Hyperia is apparently an actual location. I tried looking up the location again on stream, but I couldn't find it for the life of me, so if anyone can actually find it, then please let me know. But of course, thankfully, those doxes that Scythe actually had, for RoadBreach, it was an old location of his, and for, well, Krillix, it was a bunch of completely false information that was just fed to him by some other colleague of Brother Nier's, Krillix's, and whoever the hell else was doing all that kind of stuff. But apparently, on February of this year, RoadBreach decided to actually try to dox Scythe, but mainly kept it on his DeviantArt account, buried underneath God knows how much random garbage is on there. I shudder to imagine what's even on DeviantArt in the first place, which is why I don't really go there. And of course, you know, that's how Brother Nier ended up finding out that RoadBreach actually tried to dox Scythe. Now, as to whether or not the docs that RoadBreach even had were actually of Scythe, or were completely false, or was an old location, it doesn't really matter. What matters here is that RoadBreach decided to stoop down to this level. And in case you're thinking that I just kind of made this up, Brother Nier himself, or as he is called now, Netherless, actually came onto my stream, or at least on one of the last streams, at least as of recording this, and actually came on to explain the story of how he even discovered all this, which I will play for you right about now.
You guys want to know the funny story on how I found out RoadBreach doxed Scythe?
Yeah, sure, hit me.
How?
Okay, it's so fucking hilarious. So, in my private server, there's this guy we like to troll named Z-Nexus, and the way I was trolling him the night I found out about RoadBreach doxing him was I was sending RoadBreach's like furry porn from DeviantArt and DMing it to Z-Nexus, and it was funny getting a reaction out of him.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Like, every time I DM'd him that shit, he was just pissed off and getting angry. It was funny as fuck.
So while you were just scrolling through that, you just came across it?
Yeah, I went to the gallery, like RoadBreach's gallery on DeviantArt, and I came across this file that he was showing on DeviantArt. I clicked on it, and it's fucking Scythe's docs, and everybody was just shocked. Like, what the fuck? RoadBreach doxed somebody?
Oh.
I guess that... Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, no, I cannot defend him anymore.
Again, now
Yeah.
that we have more context, holy
Yeah.
fuck, that's fucked. But of course, after that was discovered, and after RoadBreach was confronted with this a few months later, probably as of recently, sometime during this month I would assume, RoadBreach actually finally decided to upload, well, an apology. Keep in mind, the docs was literally posted on his DeviantArt on February, and only as of 2 days ago, at least as of recording this, he decided to actually issue an apology, meaning that he only decided to make this apology because he ended up getting caught for trying to pull this garbage, and not because he's actually sorry for it. In fact, to kind of further prove this point, he quite literally had like this entire weird, having like this weird sympathy-seeking session, but he decides to end it off by stating that he is not going to leave the internet or really try to take a break or even try to seek help at all for whatever reason. We tried to talk him down from it to very little actual avail, and when we were actually given the full context of what happened, we immediately just kind of switched up and realized that he's beyond really trying to help, considering that this was apparently something that he did months ago and is only apologizing for now purely because he ended up getting caught for trying to pull this kind of stuff. On this channel, I don't really want people to try and stoop down to the same level as the idiots that I talk about. Criticize them, yes. Make fun of them, yes. But don't stoop down to their level. Hell, I literally had to call out someone in my comment section, which that comment is now gone for obvious reasons, but I had to call out some dumbass who apparently thought that it was a brilliant idea to try and stoop down to the level of dehumanizing people just because the person that I was critiquing also thought that it was a brilliant idea to also dehumanize people. No, we do not like that shit here. I do not respect that kind of garbage on my channel, and if you think that it's a good idea to pull that kind of stuff, the door's there. Please let it hit you on the way out. I don't like that kind of garbage. It's stupid. And of course, all I can really say to RoadBreach on the off chance that he's even watching this video is just either take like a very, very extended hiatus from really any kind of content creation, or if you really think it necessary, just leave the internet, leave content creation in general, or mainly just slink back into your other corners of whatever the hell else you decide to do. I honestly couldn't really care less. Again, I want to clarify, I'm not trying to defend Saith or any of his weird meat riders. I just want that to be known. But of course, stooping down to their level is also something that needs to be called out here, and I do not respect RoadBreach whatsoever for pulling this kind of garbage. Especially for not really offering any of the full context, which he doesn't even do within his apology either. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds of him delivering a very half-hearted apology, and it's very disappointing to even watch in the first place.
You're probably wondering what I'm talking about, and I did something irredeemable. To put it simply, I stooped to the level of somebody who had it out for me, and straight up doxed somebody that doxed me. I should have damn well known better than to do this, but in that situation, I was just seeing so much red that I didn't think of the repercussions of what something like that would have.
So I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. This very well appreciated. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the video, what you want me to talk about next, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more content such as this. Also, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and join the Discord server down below if you feel like doing so. And I feel like Brother Near and probably a few others are probably going to be making their own video about this, so keep an eye out for those as well. But yeah, anyways guys, it's been Sandy, and have yourselves a nice day.